Texas lawmakers want to help give rape survivors peace of mind as their cases to prod through the justice process. At last check, DNA evidence in 2,500 cases sits untested in Austin. The majority of those represent sexual assault victims waiting for answers. The backlog began with a 2011 law requiring every kit to be tested, regardless of whether the case will be prosecuted. APD's DNA lab closure last summer compounded the delays. KXAN's Phil Prazan explains a new system proposed for victims to track their cases online while they wait.
After last summer's shutdown of the APD crime lab, technicians testing biological evidence in rape cases are behind by more than a year. One victim who wanted to know where her case was in line went to Representative Donna Howard.
We'll submit to hours-long exams that are very invasive. They do that expecting that that evidence will be used.
She filed a bill requiring the Department of Public Safety to gather information from local law enforcement and create a statewide evidence tracker. Just like one could track a package on Amazon, victims could log on and see the status of their rape kit testing. But contracting with a kit tracking company would cost more than $1 million.
Yes, that's a big hurdle in this legislative session.
If the state doesn't have the money, her bill allows nonprofits, donations, or federal grants to help pay for it.
It's not dependent upon state dollars.
Okay.
If that will sink the bill, I don't want to do that.
Chris Kaiser from the Texas Association Against Sexual Assault says while this bill wouldn't speed up the process, it would give peace of mind to the victims.
Some of them have not been tested at all. I think people have good cause to worry.
The bill is in the House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee, expecting a vote within the week. Phil Prazan, KXAN News.
Representative Howard said systems used in Michigan and other states have built-in procedures to protect someone's identity. If a child is under 18, their parent could use the system unless the parent is the one accused of the sexual assault. A state lawmaker wants to create a grant program to fix the DNA evidence backlog by collecting donations from Texas drivers. House Bill 1729 would give you the option to donate when you apply for or renew your driver's license. Law enforcement agents say it could apply to the money collected to test DNA kits at an accredited crime lab. The bill's author says the solution requires statewide involvement.
I'm a big believer that, we as Texans, we have compassion, and $1 can make a big difference. And so by somebody donating any amount, it would make a big difference to help end the backlog of untested rape kits.
The Legislative Budget Board believes the DNA evidence grant has the potential to raise $1 million a year. The bill passed its first hurdle today, getting a unanimous vote of approval from a House committee.